Welcome back. Doing a little cruise, bringing the boat back to the dock. I drove it a few miles today at my first breakdown. My fuel hose, my primer bubble, the check valve went out. About every eighth of a mile, my engine ran out of fuel. The primer bubble wasn't doing its job. So $61 later, and I'm headed back to the dock, where she's gonna spend her night. The dock where I was at, there was no lights, and it's about a quarter mile from the nearest house, so it's been hard to keep an eye on her. But I will say the motor's running a lot smoother with the new fuel hose. With the old hose, for the past 3 days of testing, about every hour or so the motor would bog down and pick back up. Sometimes it would stop, but it would start back up. And I checked the fuel hose, and the primer bubble wasn't completely hard, so I knew it was going out. So today, I had to spend $61. I bought fuel injected rated fuel line from Napa and a $40 primer bubble, and I ought to be good for a while. The hose I have was that gray hose that everybody complains about, which I understand why they complain about it. The liner collapses. I've been cutting this one short for over a year, because whenever you push your fitting in, it slides the liner and it collapses and restricts fuel flow. If you buy a gray line with the fittings already on it, it's good for about a year before you got to worry about the liner collapsing. Anyway, it's running a little night running. I got about I don't know, 3 more miles to go. Doing a steady 3 mile an hour, no hurry. I do thank y'all for coming along for this boring ride. And I don't know how well my camera is gonna pick up at night. That's why I figured while the sky still got a little blue tint to it, I'll make a little short video. It is now 7:52 p.m. Southeast Louisiana, Central Mountain Time. Got a few bugs in the air. It's probably about 85 degrees outside. I got a slight breeze from moving 3 miles an hour. I got a 3 mile an hour breeze. Don't know when my next adventure is going to be. I'm shooting for this weekend to do my first camping trip in it, even though the interior is not finished. This weekend we got a cool front. I'm supposed to get down to 68 on Saturday and 67, 66 on Sunday night. So I think I'm going to try to plan accordingly. Do a little camp out this weekend, first camp out cruise. And if I do, I'll make a little video for y'all. With the lights are forward, that's fishing lights. The lights that are above the water, green lights, regular lights, they attract fish. This is a fishing community. South Louisiana is known for its fishing, and you can actually see speckled trout hitting right now. Man, I should break out the fishing line, but I don't have an ice chest. The specks are hitting good. Let you see that. Probably gonna scare him a little bit. All those little waves and ripples you see, that's speckled trout, saltwater fish. They're chasing little fish, getting their supper in. This would be a good spot to camp out and fish. Not camp out like for the night, but park for a little while and do some fishing. Do have a fishing line on board, but like I said, I don't have an ice chest with me. Cooler, so we're not gonna mess with it. Man, that'd be some good fishing. I can actually see the fish. You can't see it on camera, but I can see the fish. Alright, let me get away from it. Let him eat. Let him eat that meal. I'm assuming it's doing good by the green lights as well. They don't have a preference on color of the lights. Tend to say green works better. I never tried green. I have fished on some green lights. I fish on white lights. They bite on both. I even tried red lights and blue lights. So this water is brackish. It's more fresh than it is salt. We're so close to the Gulf. We do have a large variety of freshwater fish within the past 10 years, thanks to the levee district, in state of Louisiana, redirecting the flow to Mississippi. We're turning to more fresh water. We're more protected now. We have great levees, lock systems. We haven't had a flood since Hurricane Katrina. But when I was growing up, every summer your yard was flooded from just high tide. And every hurricane, you had 3 to 4 foot of water in your yard. But we haven't had that in a long time, which is a good thing. But it's changing our ecosystem, which I ain't complaining. I like freshwater fish and saltwater fish. In my opinion, freshwater fish is easier to catch fish. They're more abundant. Saltwater fish, you gotta work for it. And when I say work for it, not really work the rod and reel. Just you gotta pay more attention to the tides and the fish, what times they like to feed, what areas they like. Freshwater fish is a little more forgiving. They pretty much bite more frequently. Cloudy days, freshwater fish really love cloudy weather. Over here anyway. On overcast days, that's when I would do my best on perch, sockeye, which everywhere else in America is known as black crappie. Down here they just call it sockeye. I'm gonna say freshwater fish is easier to predict when you're gonna catch. Over saltwater fish, it's harder to predict, unless you really pay attention to the tides and the movement of the fish. I'm doing some talking about fishing, but I ain't fishing. I'm still letting my left arm heal up. I fished a little bit yesterday. After a couple casts, I had enough. Saving a man can't fish, huh? So I'm gonna get back to it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I just figured while I had the time, I'll go ahead and make a video. It's getting kind of too dark for the camera to pick up anything that's viewable. I'd have to go try to change my ISO settings, and I'm not sure if on video it lets me do that. I mean, it's a cell phone, not an advanced camera. Alright, well, I thank y'all for viewing. Y'all have a good night.